In the shadow of the Golden Dome, not far from the Word of Life mural that some refer to as Touchdown Jesus, two programs, and when they get together, the drama is high. Miami comes into South Bend to take on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame in a rematch of what was a thriller a season ago. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. For more on this matchup, let's go down to Holly Road.
I don't need to tell you how crucial this matchup is with Miami and Notre Dame. This is the matchup that helped to decide the bracket last year. As you know, the committee was weighing who was the better team, Notre Dame or Miami. You better believe Notre Dame has some revenge on their mind as they were left out of the college football playoff last season, and Miami went on a run to the national championship game. A lot of drama here in this top 25 matchup. This should be epic. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. So Notre Dame's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Running inside. It's Fletcher. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Mensah. Incomplete. A 50-50 ball won by no one that time. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going downfield for the big play. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Canes will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Takes it on the return. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. The give is to Williams. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. To throw, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
The give on the counter. Fights off a defender. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason to be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy, and you were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get better at, and they addressed that in high school recruiting and the portal. I'm expecting big things from them this year.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Absolute shank. Missed it. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gilbert. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Throwing, Carr. Makes the... That's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more, but Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger. Yeah,
and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Carr. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll give it on the counter. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Escapes the pressure to his right. Tight end finds a soft spot. Turning it on. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
You know, sometimes as a quarterback, guys, you just need a new environment. You need a change of scenery. And this was a highly recruited guy. Didn't quite work out for him at his last destination. So now here he is. And he's not playing in a Power 4 conference by any stretch, but he feels like with this coaching staff, he's a better fit in this system, and he thinks he's going to have a big year.
And this is something we don't talk about as much, man. There's a lot of talent that also comes down now. So there's talent going up, yes, to new places, but these are really talented kids that don't necessarily get the start, but he's got obviously the name. He's got some ability, some skill. Interested to see him, new coaching staff, new environment, new start, to see if we see the best version of him.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Here's Carr to throw. Pocket breaking down. Firing to the right, complete. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
I think that pass play was simply designed just to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position, that if you just give them an opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Canes. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They tried to get the wall set up for him, not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Here's a heat. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. Fires to the right. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making a tackle.
And the Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Throwing, Mensah. That's caught. It's Gilbert. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
And the Canes send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Throwing, Carr. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
It didn't look to me, guys, like the QB and his target were on the same page on that outbreaking route. I'm not sure if they both thought it was man or zone or what was happening, but I think that helped lead to the incompletion.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Might as well give it to him again. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Carr. Williams open on the right side. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Back to throw, it's Carr. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella to the corner. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Hewart.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but they got to get that.
Snags it, and there's running room. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
And finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
Here's Mensah to throw. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking to throw. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on third down.
I love the play design, I love the decision, I love the throw, and I hate the catch. That is a play you got to make on third down.
The Hurricanes will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Catch is made at the 15. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Now he's going to break the pocket. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And when you start to develop a feel as a tight end that you can feel the zones and the holes, man, you start to become unstoppable. Nice job. QB on the same page, sees his tight end break towards the sidelines, finds the hole in the zone, delivers a strike. Nice completion, nice communication there without saying a word.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
First down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
It's complete to the left. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22? Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Irish!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And they tacked on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Fighting off the defender. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. Under fire. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket, So he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big.
He's going to throw deep right side. Leaping grab for a big gain. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on first and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here's Carr to throw. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Miami! How about this defense taking one back to the house? Extra point here will tie the game.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Looking for a man. It's Carr. And the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. With the catch, it's Gilbert. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Fresno State taking on the number 22 team, the SMU Mustangs. And it's the Bulldogs looking to get the job done on the road. Right now it's early, but they lead this season opener. Let's now take a look at top 25 action.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah.
There he goes. The 40, past the 30, the 20. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Bringing it back. He gets a block. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Caught. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Notre Dame lines up quickly. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game.
Speeding down the left side. He's at the 40. At the 20. To the house. Touchdown, Canes.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Makes the grab. It's Mobley. Shakes him in, and he might take off. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Fletcher. Trying to take it back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Picks up the first down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll go to the counter. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Running inside. It's Fletcher. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
The sure hands, it's Lofton. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws it.
Could be an alley. Got enough space. Touchdown, Miami. They take the lead with the 6.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing, Carr. Oh, they had the screen all set up on 1st down, and he couldn't make the catch.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Looking for a man. It's Carr. Works the middle of the field. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
from the defense. Makes a move. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
After getting stopped on that second down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's 4th down for this defense. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Carr to throw for it on 4th. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Number 35, set to kick it away.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Tie game, 4th quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. He's up to 107 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. 1st down here in what has been a highly entertaining Week 0 game. What a welcome to college football for this season. Mensah. Oh, they're after him. He's got him. Quick step and go. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Using the quick game. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. The give on the counter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he is showing it all and finding ways to pick up yards. He's down to the 28. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Quarterback now breaking the field. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And he's brought down after the spin move for a short gain. No huddle here for the offense.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on 3rd and 4. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
They kick it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They take over holding this slim lead, and a drive right here sure would be nice. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mensah. Makes the catch. It's Gilbert. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the tight end. Powers through the defender. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Right back to the well. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Here's Mensah to throw. Going for it all. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Makes it past the marker. Spin move. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
And if this offense can keep that going, put together these first downs, like, listen, I love that he stepped out of bounds. I can continue to let that clock stay still, not be in a hurry, put some first downs together, march down the field, because we got to get some points on this drive.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Carr rushes on him. Got out of trouble and throws quickly to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. He would love to have picked up the first down there, but saving the timeouts, saving the clock, much more important right now.
Yeah, that could save the game, because now I can work the middle of the field still. Now I can still take those shots deep. When I get without timeouts and those start to dwindle, I get very predictable. So great job getting out of bounds.
Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this is a huge play call now for the offensive coordinator. 2-minute situation, down in the game, 4th quarter, 4th down. What can you dial up here to keep this drive alive and keep your chances alive of winning this game?
4th down, Carr. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And that's a great throw by this young man. Listen, he's had an up-and-down day, actually probably a little bit more down than...
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the 1st down. They're going to give it to the wide receiver on 1st and goal. Oh, that did not go as planned except for the defense. They were right there to make the big stop. After getting knocked down behind the line, it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Late in the game, as a coach, you're trying to find something that will work. And how about the big fella, the tight end, comes up huge. You needed a play, you found him, and he delivered.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. He wants a big play here late. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep, and don't let anyone get behind you.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking downfield on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
I just love the aggressive nature of this defense and understanding, hey, David, we need one play and this game is over. One takeaway finishes it, and they get it with the pick.
Yeah, and you do these situations all the time, right? You got the lead, the passing situations, you're playing the pass, and they play it beautifully, man. Drop back, great vision, break on the football, and they said, forget this. I'm ending this game right now.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Might be changing the route. Here's Carr to throw. Snagged out of the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Using his legs, it's Mobley. There's some room. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got to kick in the door. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
That is how you end a football game. Closing seconds, great execution. Take the lead. This game is almost over.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss.
Number 35, set to kick this one.
He'll bring it out. It's Lyle. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was